Hi everyone, Rukshan here and thanks for joining me for this video. Today I got a special guest to join me in to react on the recent news of Donald Trump Jr.'s visa slow walk by the Australian Labor government. That's what's being alleged, and I think we might have some more evidence of the funny things which are going on with the Australian Labor government with these comments from Clare O'Niel MP. But to help decipher what's going on here, I've got Senator Ralph Babet from the United Australia Party. Senator, thanks for joining in.
G'day, Rukshan. Great to be on your show, my friend. Love watching your new show on YouTube, by the way, so congratulations. If anyone out there is not following the real Rukshan, get onto YouTube, click follow him on Twitter, follow him on Instagram. One of the best commenters out there when it comes to political, anything to do with politics at all. Rukshan, thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Senator. So tell me, Senator Babet, what's going on with the Donald Trump Jr. tour and this visa saga? We're hearing all sorts of different stories. What's going on? What do you make of this?
Yeah. So look, to break it down for your listeners that may not be aware of what was happening, Donald Trump Jr. was set to appear in Australia for a series of shows across the East Coast, where he was essentially going to be giving a speaking tour. So basically, he put in his visa application for a visa called a subclass 408. That's what it's called. Back in May. Now, that type of visa, it takes about 21. It's the guidelines state that it should take a maximum of 21 days for you to receive an answer, either a yes or a no. This is the same visa that, as an example, like a Taylor Swift would get when she was coming here to perform in Australia. Pretty standard stuff. He applied in May. They did not approve him. They dragged their feet. Until yesterday, and he was due to speak, I believe it was next weekend. So because they took so long to approve his visa, way more than the 21 days in which they're required to approve it in, he was unable to organise his flights and things like that to get here on time. So what's happened there? The Australian government was very clearly dragging their feet to ensure, in my opinion anyway, that Donald Trump Jr. was unable to speak at his shows here in Australia. What does that say about the Labor Party? Now, don't tell me that, his forms got lost in the mail or something like that. Absolutely ridiculous, because they didn't. This is, after all, the president's son. And then you got Linda Burney at the press club a few days ago, I believe, saying things like, don't bring Trump-style politics in Australia. We don't want that here. Essentially saying that Trump is a liar. And you know what? It just goes to show this Labor government, they're out of control.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It seems like this Labor government's got a bit of Trump derangement syndrome, which is funny to watch. And more evidence of that was earlier today when Clare O'Niel, the Home Affairs Minister, I believe, shared a tweet which she has since deleted. But I'm just going to read this tweet to you to see your reaction. Yes,
mate. When someone called me and said, "Did you see what she tweeted?" and I thought it was a joke. I thought, there is no way this is real. There is no way. I thought, you know what, someone's photoshopped something and that's what it was. But it turns out maybe it's real. Let's hear it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's read the tweet. Clare O'Niel writes, "Geez, Donald Trump Jr. is a bit of a sore loser. His dad lost an election fair and square, but he says it was stolen. Now he's trying to blame the Australian government for his poor ticket sales and the cancelled tour. Donald Trump Jr. has been given a visa to come to Australia. He didn't get cancelled. He's just a big baby who isn't very popular."
Wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought it was a joke. I mean, it is kind of funny that this is being said, but there's a serious aspect of this, isn't there? Because this is the Home Affairs Minister. This is an official government representative of the Australian government. Good.
A cabinet minister, Rukshan, a cabinet minister is basically going out there and saying to the the 45th president's son, calling him basically a baby and a loser. The president's son, right? The 45th president of our biggest trading partner, ridiculous. Potentially the 47th president. What happens if Donald Trump wins the election in 2024? What happens then? Our Home Affairs Minister, Clare O'Niel, is on record of calling him a baby, calling him a sore loser. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. This has massive implications for us as a country with our biggest trading partner. Look, it's not appropriate for a minister to be saying things like this at all. And the fact that she said this really casts a light into what was happening with his visa approval. This, to me, is all the evidence that I need to see that they were playing funny buggers, that they were dragging their feet with Donald Trump's approval for his visa. I mean, what more do you need? It's not appropriate. I hope Clare O'Niel apologizes to both President Trump and his son as well, because, in my book, too much.
Yeah, look, I mean, definitely the fact that she deleted it rings all sorts of alarm bells. Like, if you're going to put something like this up as a politician, you should stick by what you put up, right? There is an element of, I guess, embarrassment, or someone's higher up has told her. Maybe Albo's told her to take it down. Who knows? There is a bit of it calls into her judgment, doesn't it? Bit of
I
lack
wouldn't be
of judgment there.
if the Prime Minister got on the phone. You know, he was probably scrolling through his feed, and he just thought, "Oh my God, what is this?" On the phone, "Hey, Minister O'Niel, what did you put up there? Get that off right now. Delete that right now." Look, it's a little bit funny, and it would be more funny if it wasn't so serious. If she wasn't going after the president's son and potentially the 47th president of the United States. I mean,
Yeah, look, the circumstances are definitely funny. Do you think a Greta Thunberg would have got a visa approved straight away, or would have had taken more than a month for Greta Thunberg?
It would have been approved immediately.
She's probably already has a visa. Like, she's got like a gold status visa for Australia anytime she wants to come.
I'm straight in. And you know who else would have got a visa approved straight away? Hunter
Who?
Biden. Hunter Biden, if he came here, do you think he'd have the same issues? No, he wouldn't. Because it seems to me that this Labor government has a real problem with conservative thinkers and conservative speakers. That's who keeps getting having their paperwork lost in a drawer somewhere. It happened with Dr. Peter McCulloch as well, when the United Australia Party was attempting to bring Peter McCulloch into Australia to speak at a series of COVID conferences. His paperwork magically also got lost on someone's desk. So this seems to be now like a pattern of behaviour. I mean, when the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was on the campaign trail ahead of the previous election, he said. Here's what he said. He said, and I'm going to paraphrase, that he would be bringing in a kindler, a gentler style of politics. But it seems to me like he hasn't stuck to that at all. He's pulling out every dirty trick in the book. And if he's not doing it himself, his bureaucrats and his ministers are. And he needs to reel them in. That's what he needs to do.
Well, there you go. Senator Babet from the United Australia Party, thank you so much. And hopefully we can have you back on the show very soon, because I think we need to chat about the other piece of legislation or bill that the Labor Party is considering, the ACMA disinformation bill, which is a threat to our rights online and on the internet. So I'll have you on soon to have a chat about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Keep up the great work, mate. You are amazing. We need more people like you out there. You are doing God's work, my friend. Bye-bye.